After years of speculation and silence, the palace has finally broken cover. Archie and Lilibet's true identities are no longer shrouded in mystery. Once kept at arm's length from royal traditions, the Sussex children now stand at the center of a powerful narrative, with Meghan and Harry unveiling their future roles through the transformation of Archwell into Archwell Philanthropies. A new family photo revealed their striking resemblance to Harry, complete with the unmistakable ginger gene. This revelation marks a turning point as Archie and Lilibet step into the spotlight with names, titles, and destinies fully acknowledged. What Archie's birth certificates actually reveal. His full name appears exactly as announced publicly, with no royal titles attached, reflecting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's early intent to give their son a more normal footing. The document also lists Archie's parents using their legal and royal styles at the time. His father appears as Prince Henry Charles Albert David, Duke of Sussex, while his mother was initially recorded as Rachel Meghan Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. That detail sparked controversy because early copies reportedly described Meghan's occupation as Princess of the United Kingdom, a designation she does not technically hold in her own right. After public and media scrutiny, Buckingham Palace confirmed the occupation field was amended, a legal option under UK registration rules. Importantly, this correction did not alter Archie's legal status or parentage, just the descriptive wording. What the certificate does not reveal is just as important. There is no time of birth, a detail often withheld in royal registrations. There's also no mention of godparents, unlike traditional church records, fueling speculation at the time, but entirely normal for civil documents. The certificate likewise provides no insight into citizenship questions, which later became a hot topic in the US and UK media. Nationally is governed by separate legal frameworks, not birth certificates alone. In short, Archie's birth certificate is a dry administrative document, less the Crown and more Office of Vital Statistics. It confirms lineage, location, and legality. But it doesn't hide secret messages, royal drama, or constitutional plot twists. Sometimes, even in the world's most scrutinized family, paperwork is just paperwork. Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor. Meghan Markle, the suit star whose Rachel Zane character traded courtroom drama for the Frogmore Cottage fairy tale in 2018, delivered Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor at 5:26 a.m. BST on May 6, 2019, at London's private Portland Hospital, ditching the Lindo Wing tradition of William, Kate, and Diana's births for privacy amid the media frenzy. Weighing 7 pounds, Archie's arrival shattered norms. There was no hospital steps photo call like Princess Charlotte's. Instead, Prince Harry made a solo announcement from Windsor 2 hours later, expressing that he was very close to those who matter, while Meghan recovered privately. Her Princess of the United Kingdom title on the birth certificate sparked tabloid giggles over the technicality. Nerdy protocol dive. George V's 1917 letter patent skipped him initially as non-HRH, but Charles III's 2022 Ascension auto-upgraded him to Prince Archie of Sussex, sixth in line, after Sussex reps pushed post-Lilibet's naming. Harry's presence at birth flipped the male-only delivery tradition. Godparents stayed secret, rumored to be Charlie Van Staubensee, Tiggy Pettifer, Mark Dyer, and the Duke of Westminster, bucking public lists. His July 6 Windsor christening in the lily font gown echoed his cousin George's. As a dual UK-US citizen with Meghan's biracial roots, Dora Ragland's African-American heritage, Archie's the first mixed-race royal in the modern line. The name nods to Invictus Pale Harrison, evoking Harry's cheeky vibe. No updates in 2025 change this. Amidst the Sussex security lawsuits, Harry's handsome ginger stability complements Meghan's Hollywood allure, making them a tabloid power couple. The princess named after two icons. First, her given name, Lilibet, harks directly back to Queen Elizabeth II's earliest years. Long before she was monarch, Elizabeth was affectionately called Lilibet by close family members, including her father, King George VI, and husband, Prince Philip, not as a formal name, but as a childhood nickname born from her own mispronunciation of Elizabeth. The endearing moniker stuck through her life, becoming one of the most private yet iconic names associated with the late Queen. Lilibet's middle name, Diana, carries its own powerful resonance. It honors Diana, Princess of Wales, the beloved mother of Prince Harry, whose life and legacy continue to influence modern perceptions of the British monarchy. Diana's global impact as a humanitarian and cultural figure was immense, and choosing her name for Lilibet ensured that her memory would remain front and center in her daughter's identity. The full name, Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, thus bridges generations, the affectionate internal family legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, and the emotional public legacy of Princess Diana. Today, Lilibet is seventh in line to the British throne, a rare position that blends traditional monarchy with a global, multicultural upbringing in California. Her name isn't just regal in form, it's meaningful, a living tribute to two of the most prominent women of the 20th and 21st century royal history, solidly anchored in both private affection and public heritage. The geographic divide in Archie and Lilibet's identities, Harper's Bazaar. By contrast, when Lilibet Diana entered the world on June 4, 2021, she did so not in the UK, but at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, California, U.S., reflecting her parents' decisive relocation after stepping back from senior royal duties in 2020. Lilibet's Californian birth made her the first great-grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II and the first grandchild of King Charles III born on American soil, a milestone that underscores how the Sussex's family narrative straddles both sides of the Atlantic. This geographic divide is more than trivia. It symbolizes two very different chapters in the lives of Archie and Lilibet. Archie's London birth occurred while his parents were still officially working royals under the late Queen Elizabeth II, even though they were already signaling a desire for greater autonomy. Lilibet's birth, in contrast, took place during a period when the family was firmly rooted in California, shaping a childhood far more private and American in rhythm than most royal children of the past. The dual birth narrative also affects how the public perceives their identities. Archie's beginnings are tied to Buckingham Palace and Windsor tradition, while Lilibet's arrival points to a new era of royal life lived out of the traditional UK spotlight. Both children hold dual citizenship and are in line to the British throne, yet their places of birth remain iconic bookmarks in a modern royal story that continues to blend heritage with contemporary choices. What Mountbatten-Windsor really means. When you hear the surname Mountbatten-Windsor, it isn't just a fancy double-barreled string of syllables, it's the product of decades of royal history, political sensitivities, and personal identity within the British monarchy. Story begins with the House of Windsor, the official name of the British royal family since King George V changed the dynasty's name from Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to Windsor in 1917 amid World War I anti-German sentiment. That decision anchored the monarchy to Windsor Castle and helped define British royal identity for the 20th century. But by the mid-20th century, another naming question arose. When Princess Elizabeth married Philip Mountbatten, formerly Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark, in 1947, he took his mother's anglicized family name, Mountbatten, upon becoming a naturalized British citizen. In the early years of Elizabeth's reign, she recognized that their descendants might need a formal surname when required by official documents, especially for those who did not hold princely titles or the style His or Her Royal Highness. In practice, royals who hold princely titles usually don't use a surname at all. They're simply Prince of Wales or Princess Charlotte of Wales, for example. But when a surname is needed for official records, marriage documents, legal matters, or schools, Mountbatten-Windsor steps in as the family name of certain descendants of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. This has tangible modern relevance. Newborn royals such as Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor were officially given this surname at birth in 2019 and 2021, respectively. The 2023 title update you may have missed. The moment Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor officially became Princess Lilibet isn't just a footnote in royal trivia. It marks a clear intersection of centuries-old monarchy rules, modern family dynamics, and a very deliberate public acknowledgement. Although Lilibet was born in June 2021 in Santa Barbara, California, she didn't initially carry the title princess at birth. Instead, she was legally Miss Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, alongside her brother Archie, who was originally styled Master. That was because, at the time of their births, they were great-grandchildren of the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and under the 1917 letters patent issued by King George V, only the children of the sovereign and the children of the sovereign's sons automatically received princely titles. Everything shifted with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, 2022, and the subsequent ascension of King Charles III. With Charles on the throne, both Archie and Lilibet became grandchildren of the sovereign in the male line, which, under the 1917 rules, entitles them by right to princely titles. However, it took some months before this entitlement was publicly used in formal contexts. The pivotal moment came with Lilibet's christening on March 3, 2023, held privately at the family's Montecito home in California and officiated by the Bishop of Los Angeles. In the announcement surrounding the baptism, her parents' spokesperson referred to her for the first time as Princess Lilibet Diana. Why Buckingham Palace didn't release Archie and Lilibet's full faces for years. For years after Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor were born, the world saw only very limited public imagery of their faces, and there are multiple real, documented reasons rooted in privacy protections, media policy, and legal battles rather than palace concealment secrets. First, it's crucial to understand the Sussex's stance on privacy. From the start of their relationship with the press, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle engaged in multiple legal actions against media outlets to protect their family's personal space, including lawsuits and warnings to publishers for unauthorized photographs of Harry, Meghan, and infant Archie in both the UK and Canada. These actions helped establish a clear pattern of assertive privacy protection that predated the births of both children. Meghan and Harry's legal team also successfully demanded photo retractions, such as a holiday card image published by PA Media that was not the one they had issued, and secured an apology from Splash News after paparazzi breached their privacy at their residence. These privacy battles signaled early on that the couple intended to control what images of their children entered the public record, not leave it to tabloids or unauthorized photographers. Additionally, the Sussex's public statements and social media behavior reinforced this approach. The couple routinely shares photos in which their children's faces are not fully visible or are partially obscured, and they've removed or limited images featuring identifiable visuals of Archie and Lilibet when their team raised privacy concerns. The technical identity of Archie de Sussex. Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor occupies a uniquely modern role in royal history, one shaped just as much by geography and law as by lineage. Born on May 6, 2019 at the Portland Hospital in London, Archie automatically became a British citizen at birth because his father, Prince Harry, is a British national. At the same time, he also qualified for U.S. citizenship at birth thanks to his mother, Meghan Markle, being an American who had lived in the United States for the required number of years before his birth. Under U.S. law, children born abroad to an American parent who has lived in the U.S. for at least 5 years, including 2 after the age 14, automatically gain U.S. citizenship at birth. That combination means Archie holds dual citizenship of both the United Kingdom and the United States, something quite rare among historically European royals. This dual nationality has occasional political and cultural curiosities attached. For example, in theory, Archie could qualify as a natural-born U.S. citizen, constitutional requirement for presidential eligibility in the United States, provided he meets residency rules later in life. Though this is almost certainly a hypothetical rather than a likely future, it illustrates how extraordinary it is for a royal figure to straddle the legal and constitutional worlds of 2 powerful nations. Smith Stone Walters on the British side, Archie's place in the line of succession is governed by constitutional roles going back centuries, codified in statutes like the Bill of Rights in 1689, the Act of Settlement in 1701, and later reforms such as the Succession to the Crown Act in 2013. These define eligibility based on descent from Sophia of Hanover, legitimacy, religion, exuding Roman Catholics until the 2015 reform, and gender-neutral primogeniture for those born after 2011. Under the current order, Archie is 6th in line to the British throne, following his grandfather King Charles III, his uncle Prince William, and William's 3 children, and his father Prince Harry. Royal line of succession explained in plain terms. At just 6 years old, Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor holds a place in one of the world's oldest hereditary systems, the British line of succession. And understanding where he sits doesn't require a history degree, just a bit of context about how the monarchy passes the crown. Under current rules, the succession is determined by bloodline and descent, governed by historic laws like the Bill of Rights, 1689, Act of Settlement, 1701, and later modernized rules such as the Succession to the Crown Act from 2013, which removed male preference for those born after 2011, meaning older daughters no longer get leapfrogged by younger brothers. In plain terms, this system ranks family members based on their closeness of direct descent from the reigning monarch. As of 2025, Archie is 6th in line to the British throne. That means there are exactly 5 family members ahead of him in the queue for kingship before his turn would theoretically come. Leading the list is Prince William, Prince of Wales, the heir apparent, followed by his children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, the 3 eldest grandchildren of King Charles III. After them comes Archie's father, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, who occupies the 5th spot. That places Archie in the 6th position. After Archie himself, his younger sister, Princess Lilibet Diana, is next, or 7th. How Meghan and Harry shape their children's public identity. One of the clearest expressions of this approach is how rarely the world has seen Archie and Lilibet's faces. When photos are shared at all, they're often obscured or shot from behind. Practice, the couple is repeated across holiday cards, social posts, and public media appearances. This isn't happenstance, it reflects a long-standing privacy strategy backed by legal action. In 2020, the Sussexes sued a paparazzo for publishing unsolicited photos of Archie taken at their Californian home, arguing such images crossed a legal and ethical line between public interest and invasive harassment. Their official social media content further underscores a curated visibility, occasional glimpses of family moments, gardening, baking, or holiday scenes, but never in a way that fully exposes the children's identities to unfiltered global scrutiny. There's also a cultural dimension to how the Sussex household shapes identity. By raising their kids in Montecito, California, the couple inherently weaves American cultural norms of privacy and individuality into their royal lineage, sharp contrast to traditional British media expectations of royal children as public figures from birth. This transatlantic lifestyle, reported in Harper's Bazaar and other outlets, influences how they present family life, intentional, protective, and deeply personal, rather than automatic public consumption. What Archie and Lilibet's schooling choices reveal about their identity beyond royal titles. Schooling choices of Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor offer a fascinating lens into how Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, are crafting a life for their children that embraces heritage without being confined by traditional royal expectations. Unlike many of their royal cousins who grew up within the UK educational sphere, Archie and Lilibet have so far been educated in California, close to their family's home in Montecito. Reporting indicates that both children attend age-appropriate local schools near Montecito, with multiple outlets noting they do not share the same campus, while exact institutions are deliberately kept private. This California-based schooling aligns with the Sussex's long-standing preference for privacy and family life away from the traditional royal spotlight. Meghan has spoken about the weekday routines that include morning drop-offs and lunchbox notes, illustrating a grounded, everyday family rhythm rather than the ceremonial introductions and press pens often associated with royal schooling in the UK. Meanwhile, there's been public speculation and media chatter, including snapshots reported in 2025 about whether Harry might consider giving the children a British education in the future, perhaps to connect them with extended family and heritage. Some sources suggest Harry values the community and schooling tradition his own generation experienced in the UK, and would like his children to share elements of that experience someday. However, official statements from the Sussex camp have explicitly denied that Archie is currently or imminently enrolled in institutions like Eton College, one of Britain's most prestigious boarding schools, underscoring that no formal move to Britain for schooling has been planned as of late 2025. How the House of Windsor adjusted its official website to recognize their titles. The evolution of how Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor are presented on the official royal family website tells a precise, verifiable story about royal protocol meeting the digital age. When Archie was born on May 6, 2019, and Lilibet on June 4, 2021, neither child was immediately listed with the princely titles they would later acquire. This wasn't an oversight so much as a reflection of how royal titles were structured at the time of their births. Under the letters patent issued by King George V in 1917, only certain descendants of the monarch are automatically entitled to be styled prince or princess. At their births, both children were great-grandchildren of the late Queen Elizabeth II, meaning they were not automatically styled as prince or princess with the formal designation, and the style His or Her Royal Highness. Instead, early online references reflected Archie as Master Archie Mountbatten-Windsor and Lilibet simply as Miss Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor, the latter especially common in earlier public documentation and records. Everything changed in September 2022 with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and the accession of King Charles III. When Charles became sovereign, both children automatically became eligible to use the princely titles under the same 1917 letters patent as grandchildren in the male line of the monarch. In the months that followed, official documentation and public announcements began to shift. Then, in early March 2023, immediately after Lilibet's christening announcement, the royal family's official website was updated to list them as Prince Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex, confirming their titles in the line of succession and official biographies. The Sussex holiday cards that gave the world a closer look. In late December 2025, Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, dropped one of the most publicly shared and widely discussed holiday cards featuring Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, giving the world one of its rarest family glimpses in years. The card, posted on Meghan's Instagram with the festive message, "Happy Holidays from our family to yours," shows the four of them standing on a small wooden bridge at their Montecito, California home in a candid, warm-hearted portrait that highlights family cohesion more than royal formality. The image features Archie, then 6, hugging his father, Prince Harry, while Meghan gently leans in toward Lilibet, 4, embracing the holiday spirit in a way that feels both personal and intimate. For years, the Sussexes have intentionally limited imagery of their children in the press, often releasing photos where their faces are partially obscured or shown from behind. Strategy rooted in privacy concerns and legal positioning against unauthorized tabloid exposure. In December 2019, a Christmas image of Harry, Meghan, and baby Archie circulated by a news agency was later subject to a picture kill notice and clarification over its authorized use and distribution, underscoring how tightly the Sussex team manages official family imagery rather than leaving it to third-party interpretation. What made the 2025 card especially notable was not just the rarity of the image, but also its timing and context. It arrived alongside a broader media moment, including a holiday video montage and the Sussexes' announcement that their charitable organization, previously the Archwell Foundation, was being rebranded as the Archwell Philanthropies, signaling a new phase of family-inclusive public engagement that blended personal warmth and philanthropic purpose. Inside the Sussex Thanksgiving video with Archie and Lilibet. In late 2025, Harry and Meghan released a year-end holiday video that included footage from their pre-Thanksgiving visit to Our Big Kitchen, Los Angeles, giving the public a rare, personal glimpse of Archie and Lilibet helping prepare meals alongside their parents, and crucially included their children, Prince Archie Harrison, Mountbatten-Windsor, and Princess Lilibet Diana, Mountbatten-Windsor, in meaningful moments rather than hidden behind still photo frames. While the Sussexes have frequently protected their children's privacy by limiting full-face images over the years, this video wasn't tabloid gossip, but a carefully curated family and philanthropic reel released across their platforms, including through their Foundation's channel. The video, part of a larger year-end holiday compilation released in December 2025, highlighted the Sussexes' work with their rebranded charity Archwell Philanthropies and featured Archie and Lilibet participating alongside their parents at a Thanksgiving meal preparation event with Our Big Kitchen Los Angeles, a community-based nonprofit that prepares and packages meals to support people facing food insecurity. In the clips, 6-year-old Archie can be seen scooping ingredients from a bowl, while 4-year-old Lilibet watches and helps with tasks at the kitchen counter, all wearing matching OBKLA baseball caps with their parents. Rather than a casual family video, the Thanksgiving montage was strategic and values-driven. It showcased how the Sussexes are blending family life with public service, teaching their children about giving back at a young age. This isn't just fluff. The extended sequence also served as part of the Sussexes' annual holiday outreach, aligning personal moments with ongoing philanthropy from their foundation's work around the world. Why Archie and Lilibet aren't yet on with Love Meghan. Neither Archie nor Lilibet appears as on-screen participants in seasons 1 or 2. They're only referenced verbally or seen in background photographs, not filmed as characters in the show. And there are solid fact-checked reasons grounded in personal choice, privacy strategy, and the show's intended format, with Love Meghan is officially described as an American lifestyle series focused on gardening, cooking, entertaining, and friendship, rather than a family or reality show. It premiered March 4th, 2025, and had seasons filmed into late 2024 and released through 2025. One of the most often cited explanations in reporting is the Sussexes' long-standing approach to protecting their children's privacy and safety. Archie and Lilibet's images have been limited to brief, obscured, or non-face revealing photos in public releases, and episodes of With Love Meghan echo this pattern. While Meghan talks about her family and often references her love for her children, the children themselves do not appear, even briefly, on camera. In Season 2, for example, the only reference to them comes via an image in a photo frame seen in Episode 7, as Meghan explains the sentimental importance of keeping her children's photos nearby. This choice aligns with the couple's broader public statements. Meghan has explicitly said that protecting their children from the spotlight and the harsh realities of online space and media exposure is a priority, especially given their young ages and the couple's high-profile history with tabloid scrutiny. In a 2024 interview referenced in reporting, she stressed the importance of shielding Archie and Lilibet from potential risks tied to public exposure, even as she shares family-oriented stories and photos on her own terms. After years of silence, Palace finally reveals Archie and Lilibet's true identity. After years of speculation and uncertainty about the public presentation of Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, the official stance of the British royal household has been clearly articulated in palace records and website updates, and it's entirely grounded in constitutional practice rather than media rumor. Both children were born into one of the most scrutinized families in the world, but their titles and identities were not officially reflected in the royal family records immediately because of the traditional rules governing royal styling and their place in the family hierarchy. At birth, Archie was styled Master Archie Mountbatten-Windsor at the couple's discretion, and Lilibet was styled Miss Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor, reflecting that they were great-grandchildren of the late Queen Elizabeth II and not yet automatically entitled to princely titles under the 1917 letters patented by King George V. But following the death of Queen Elizabeth II on the 8th of September 2022 and the accession of King Charles III, both Archie and Lilibet became eligible by right to hold the styles Prince and Princess as grandchildren in the male line of the sovereign. This change isn't palace revelation, it's a constitutional fact embedded in long-standing royal practice. Subsequently, in early March 2023, the official royal family website was updated to list them as Prince Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex, formally reflecting this entitlement in palace documentation for the first time. Thanks for watching Past Paradise, where Hollywood legends come home. If you enjoyed today's look into the topic, after years of silence, Palace finally reveals Archie and Lilibet's true identity. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Got a star or story you want next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, keep the nostalgia alive only on Past Paradise.